In this video, we're going to talk about how you can get a GitHub project from a remote repo onto your local machine through a process called cloning. Now, there's a few reasons you would want to do this. Maybe you find a repository online that you just think is interesting and you want to try to get that from someone else. Or maybe you are a collaborator who you want to find your friend's project and they send you a link. And you can take that link and you want to get that on your local machine. That would be called cloning. So in this case, we're just going to find a project. Maybe we just find this one. And you want to find this link right here. So clone with HTTPS, and you hit the copy button. And inside of GitGraken, we want to pull that from the remote repository onto our local machine. So we want a local version of that project. That's going to be called cloning. So once we go here and we choose a folder to clone this to, we can choose projects inside of Unity. We'll select that folder. We'll take our URL that, remember, we copied from over here. And then we clone the repo. And you'll see that it's going to do all of our setup. It's going to copy all of the files from the remote onto our local. So it's going to need to download some stuff, more than likely. And again, this could be you just wanting to check out some various projects in the public repos on GitHub. And I'm going to click this Open Now button. It could also be you trying to collaborate with a friend. You want to clone their project first, and then they can invite you and you get privileges, and then you can push. But for now, I can't really contribute to this directly, and I very likely won't be able to push. The last reason is maybe you have your remote repository on your home machine, but then you go somewhere else and you want to clone it to your work machine or something. You can take your remote repo and you can just clone it onto a different machine for yourself if you want to. So then once you're in the project, you can poke around. I do recommend you try out the checkout feature where you go to a certain point and you can right click and you check out this commit. Now remember, checking out is where you can do a temporary head branch and you can poke around. You can make changes if you want. If you were to open up the project here, wherever you cloned it to, let's just go one. Let's go one in the past and we'll do check out this commit. Might take a little bit. Okay, once we're checked out here, go down into the folder, wherever you saved it, and we can see some stuff and we can poke around inside of the folders and see what's there. If I had the right version of Unity, I might be able to add this over here and open it up. I may not be able to, it's depending. So yeah, you can just poke around the project, but you will take note that you can't really push. So if I go to master and let's say I make a change, going to open up a file, say atoms changes, doesn't really matter. See this change right here? It seems scary right now, right? Like we're messing with someone else's stuff. We can actually commit that, but you'll see I'm still only working locally. And if I ever try to push this, it's going to say access denied because this is someone else's project. They have not given me permission to work in it. So it's really helpful to just look through other people's stuff and just to experiment locally. But if you ever want to actually make changes to another person's project or collaborate, then they will need to send you an invite permission through email. Or if I wanted to, I could fork their repo and try to make some changes and do a pull request if you like as well. But anyways, this is how you can take projects that exist on remote repos, whether it's your own or someone else's, and you can clone it down to your local machine and make changes. And at that point, if you want to collaborate, you can, or if you just want to experiment yourself, you can do that too. And a lot of times Unity will have some of their new features that are coming out. If you search for Unity technologies, they will have a lot of their new features will exist inside of GitHub Repos. Maybe you could check them out locally and try, just see what's coming up before it has an official release, which is pretty cool. So just know that you can do that and you can open it up and you can mess around with it, and really cool feature. And that's how you would grab projects from GitHub and get them onto your local machine.